Hey guys, how's it going? Like Butter here, and today I got a division video because there's some really important things that leaked today. There was a post today on Reddit that I want to discuss with you guys, and also I want to let you guys know, as far as like the vendor reset videos go, it's been kind of difficult for me to do them because of the time that they reset. It ends up being like a Friday night, and I'm usually streaming then, and then it ends up being Saturday, and I'm caught up, trying to do videos. So I think what I'm going to do now is for the weekly reset or vendor sales videos, I think I'm only going to post them when there is something very good that I think everyone should buy. So if there's like a God Roll LVOAC, a God Roll Lightweight M4, I'll make a video about that. There's just so many people making vendor, videos now. I don't think that it will benefit me or you guys if I were to, post this every week. I'm going to kind of stick to the PvP stuff that I've been doing here on my channel recently, reviewing guns and that kind of thing. I'm going to leave the vendor reset videos to like Skill Up and Eric's, and people have been doing them for a long time. And then if I feel like I have anything to add, I'll do that. But today I want to talk about this major 1.6 Last Stand data mine leak. It's actually kind of crazy. Some of this information is insinuating some major changes to the division, and I kind of wished that I received this information through Ubisoft or through Massive, through proper announcement rather than it being just data mined and leaked onto Reddit. But I want to talk about, the possibilities of these things being true, and if they were true, how much this would mean to the future of the division. So I'm going to put a link here in the description. You guys can check it out down below. There's basically a Reddit post from somebody who is well known in the community for data mining division files, and usually he posts on Reddit and talks about possibilities of upcoming content by going through the files and seeing like new things that are added. Well, he decided to go through and look through the files because when they announced DZ leaderboards, he previously, a couple months back, saw that there was DZ leaderboards in the files. If you don't know what data mining is, basically it's just somebody goes into the files and takes hours and hours and hours going through tons of code to, find new things that were added. So if you want to click the link in the description, now's a good time to do it just so you can read along with me. Basically, he put some screenshots here of like some sayings that are going to be probably used in the next patch. Now, the reason, a lot of people like to say, well, that could be leftover code that was being tested in the beta or whatnot. But to me, that wouldn't really make too much sense. I feel like this is going to be 1.6 and Last Stand because it was recently added. It was taken out in 1.3 and then it was re-added in 1.4, which means they probably wanted to make some minor tweaks to things. So yeah, this is basically how it works. So there's these sayings that are in the code, and I'll go through a couple of them with you. At the halfway point, split time, and then it's got like, it shows split time on all these areas, which I'm assuming are like just code for the game to let the system or let the the engine know that these are going to be used at those specific times. The match is halfway complete, match 50% complete, halfway point achieved, time remaining 50%. So it's got like all these sayings here, and you'll see there's some of them that kind of make you think that it's going to be some sort of domination or capture point game mode that's going to be added. So I'm assuming that's what Last Stand's going to be. If this is true, obviously, this is all speculation, but from what I see, this looks pretty obvious that they're going to be adding a control point game mode in 1.6. Now, I'm assuming this is going to be what Last Stand is. Now, if you watch the year one like reveal trailer, it said that Last Stand was going to be like horde defenses and stuff. But with them doing like the incursions and stuff, and it didn't seem to go too well, like people didn't really like the incursions that much, it really wouldn't surprise me if they completely changed their plans from back then. You know, just another horde mode would kind of dull the game out quite a bit. And seeing that this game needs, you know, dedicated PvP where people can queue in and play other players who want to PvP, kind of like the Crucible is in Destiny, without a doubt, I feel like this is what Last Stand is going to be. But you'll see things like Bravo Zone is in enemy hands. The enemy now controls Bravo Zone. It has Charlie Zone, Alpha Zone. So it's basically all these I guess Isaac sayings that are going to be happening during these matches. And it seems like it's going to be like control points. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be a new map. I wouldn't think so. I'm assuming what they're going to do is they're just going to make it on part of the map like they did with Survival. I don't know if it's going to be Dark Zone. I don't know if it's going to be a team versus team, because what it says here is like rogue agents have control of a checkpoint. Now, I'm not sure if this means that there's some sort of like in-game rogue mechanics. I highly doubt it. I think what this is what rogue is the team, so it's probably rogues versus SHD. Now, I'm not sure how that's gonna work, if it's gonna be like just 4-on-4, if it's gonna be 8-on-8, or if it could be 12-on-12. I have no idea. It's gonna be interesting to see though. And I don't know if you're going to have your gear. I don't know if you're going to go in with nothing. I seriously have no idea. But it looks like from this data mine that there is going to be some sort of control point game mode in 1.6 in Last Stand. So I'm super excited for this. This is like what I've wanted from the start of the of the division. I always wanted some sort of dedicated, proper, balanced PvP arena, as you will. A lot of people have been asking for arena, and it sounds like that's exactly what we're going to be getting. Now, there was also some other things leaked, if you scroll down a bit, talking about DZ events, which is another thing that I've been asking for ever since 1.1. When 1.1 came out, they added supply drops, which was a global event that's going on in the Dark Zone, where all agents can go and they can either fight each other at the supply drops, or they can go and help each other and then give the supply drops to one of the groups. And I thought that it would be awesome if there was other events in between those events to kind of constantly have things to do. Right now in the Dark Zone, it's kind of bland. Everyone goes in and you have like landmarks that you can farm, and there will occasionally be, rogue agents running around where you can go and, chase the manhunts. But there was never really any like public events like there is in Destiny. Like, obviously in Destiny there's no PvP because you have to go into the Crucible to PvP, but like it's kind of nice to be going around and farming and doing whatever you're doing in the open world, and then having things to do while you're doing that, like side objectives to help you get gear and also to provoke PvP. I think this would be really cool, and I think the supply drops did a really good job of that. You see a lot of PvP happening around supply drops, groups killing other groups to try to get the gear, and it's an awesome thing. Like, I know some of you guys may not like that, but that's what the Dark Zone was meant to be. It was meant to be a PvPvE zone, and sometimes it doesn't get played like that. And seeing that there's going to be things like this where it's going to provoke PvP, or agents helping each other as well, coming together on a portion of the map to help each other, is pretty cool as well. And if you actually scroll down to the bottom, it says here that there will be themed Dark Zone events, which is, like I said, exactly what we need. It says here, throughout a font preset fix bold 32, which is just code, you eventually see where it says contamination event. Contamination zones below street level in the Dark Zone rise to deadly levels. Be on the lookout for named heavy cleaners moving in to burn out the contamination. So what it seems like from this line of code here is that there's going to be events, I'm assuming in between the supply drops, where there's going to be cleaners underground. I don't know if it's going to be like, I really wanted to see like high value targets, but this is kind of going to be like the same thing. So maybe an event goes off where it says cleaners are in the tunnels trying to trying to burn out the contamination, and you're like, okay, I'm with my squad here, we gotta go, let's go underground, and there might be indications on the map saying where the events are going on or where the cleaners might be, or maybe you'll just have to go underground and find them, which is something that I want there to be some sort of high value target where it's like a an NPC with a bunch of other NPCs spawns on some part, like random part of the map, and you have to go out and find it with your group. Like, I think that would be such a cool thing. But it seems like there's going to be like events where there's just heavy cleaners and maybe like a bunch of mobs around them where you have to clear out, and then you'll get some sort of awards for that. But you can see here it talks about the Dark Zone leaderboards, how there's going to be different tiers that you can finish, and just a lot of information that was data mined. So unfortunately, we didn't get the announcement. If this is true, we didn't get the announcement through Ubisoft. But I just don't see any of this not making sense. Like, it all lines up, like, for me to be true in 1.6 and in Last Stand. So it looks like we're going to be getting some sort of organized PvP control point multiplayer event, or not, rather not event, but game mode, and then we're going to be getting events in the Dark Zone as well. So this is kind of crazy. This is a lot of information to take in. I hope it's true, because this will mean a very bright future for the Division, because the Division needs dedicated PvP. It needs balanced PvP. I know they're going to be working on balancing the Dark Zone as well, and adding things into the Dark Zone like this will be very good, because it might get people into the Dark Zone. And I really hope there's new items, and I'm not sure if they're going to be upping the gear score. Probably not. If I had to make a guess, I'd say probably not, because people weren't too happy about the gear score getting raised to 256, because people just farmed for 1.4. But we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But with the amount of time and the amount of hours people put into farming the named items, I highly doubt they'll be raising the gear score. But with new, multiplayer objectives and leaderboards and stuff, I really hope they go all out with this. I really do. I always said that the Division has very good game mechanics. It can look a bit silly in the Dark Zone when everyone's running around and hip-firing each other, but I feel like that comes with imbalances within the PvP. I think that this game has good enough mechanics to be a very competitive game, and seeing that we're getting some sort of competitive game mode in the future makes me pretty happy, and makes me think that this game has a bright future. I hope they go all out with it and give like ranks, and if they incorporate the leaderboard system with this new game mode, that would be really cool too. But to give people a reason to continuously grind this multiplayer game mode without it being for gear. I hit a point now where like I have all the gear that I want. I'm completely min-maxed. So playing survival for me is just kind of bragging rights, and because people like watching it during my streams and during my videos. Now, if I wasn't a live streamer and I wasn't like, a YouTuber, would I continuously play that if I was completely min-maxed? Probably not. So I hope they have some sort of other objectives to go for. If it's not loot, then like I said, a rank, or, just anything like that would be good. But I want to share this with you guys, let you guys know that I'm almost positive that this is going to be what's in 1.6. So if you agree with me, be sure to drop the video a like. What do you guys think? What's your take on it? Do you think it could just be leftover code? It most certainly could be. I'm going to be going out to North Carolina in about a week, a little over a week, to test 1.6 and Last Stand. So I'm very excited for that. We'll have to see, if this stuff is true and what the future of the game holds. So it looks like a bright future for PvP. I really hope it is. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop the video a like. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.